What's going on, guilty guys and gals? Welcome back to Draw. Today we will finish Chapter 4's trial, I think. I'm hoping. Da-da. Here we go. This was not the music I was expecting. Okay.
An impossible crime?
What does that mean?
It's literally what it means. The incident happened, but no one was in a state capable of causing the incident itself.
It can't be. I can affirm, there's no such thing as an impossible crime in this world.
I agree with it. There's no unsolvable problem in this world. When a result has happened, it means there was a series of processes.
Then this case, how do you explain it?
To assert this was an impossible crime means you've given up. There's a secret that hasn't yet been solved. That's where your thoughts haven't reached.
But if neither you or Ray, who always knew the critical points of the case, are confused enough to say that, isn't it already a mystery that can't be solved?
Shut up. Do I look like I'm panicking right now?
Sorry, but kind of. It's been a few days, but you haven't looked calm since the last trial. That's the point. Just like Yuki did before coming into the ballroom.
You're being very annoying, you damned criminal.
Okay, good response. Solid argument, Tsurugi.
Tsurugi, what are you saying? It's not like you to get emotional so easily.
Okay. Ignore him. If we're in a trial, this is life or death. If you take care of someone who loses their temper during such an occasion, you'll have to go through them. There's no other option.
This person or that person. I'm done! Again, this case isn't an unsolvable crime. Let's organize the information.
Tsurugi.
First, even if we put Teruya's claim that the crime is impossible on hold, it'd be necessary to look at the case from a different point of view. A different point of view? In retrospect, all of the reasoning we've done so far is based on Mikako Kurokawa's testimony. Let's step back for a moment. Has anyone seen her actually spying in the hallway?
Oh my goodness.
What? What are you saying?
In short, Mikako's testimony is too... What? Mikako's testimony is perfect, but are her words 100% true? She'd be hungry in the extreme circumstances. Could she bear it with that in mind? Lately, there's a possibility that Mikako could even be the culprit. With that idea in mind, she could be playing all of us.
Tsurugi. Hey, did you go crazy? Did you really flip around that fast? This stuff coming from your mouth.
What? I'm only talking possibilities.
At the time of Kizuna's murder, during Tsurugi's testimony, you put a thread on our private room doors to prove our alibis, but that was evidence that no one else knew other than you. It's the same here.
It's different from that, because I wasn't the one who did it. What I've been doing at that time is what I've been doing before the incident. This is simply what you saw and heard.
It's meaningless to condemn the truth or falsehood in testimony. Did you forget you said that?
I'm utterly disappointed. Tsurugi Kinjo, even though I was thinking you'd gone crazy, I'd always respected your reasoning skills. But now, you've stopped thinking with your head.
But since the situation's so desperate, isn't he just trying to do everything he can?
Yuki made an ultimate bootlicker. Here we are.
Mikako, is there some way you can prove it? Your testimony, I mean.
I don't know why I have to do this. Why not ask Satsuki or Teruya?
Huh?
You heard about my testimony. Teruya admitted he entered the arsenal a bit ago. What about you?
Ah, if I was out at dawn, well,
Like Mikako said, since I'm the killer, of course I wandered in there.
Even if we ignore that backstory, Dark Circle's testimony is reliable in its own right now. If I were you, I would have figured that out right away without having to do this useless work.
You're noisy. As long as your reasoning hits a wall, you have to do whatever you can.
You've admitted with your own words your reasoning hit a wall. That's funny.
Be quiet, Ray. You think you're on the same level as me right now? Do you think you're in a position to mock others?
That's enough.
How come Mikako has this power in a class trial, huh?
Everyone, don't get so worked up. Since this is a difficult case, we need to regain stability more than ever. So let's just calm down and look back at it from the beginning. There has to be something we missed.
Yeah, look back to the beginning.
Sorry. Like you said, I was getting too excited. I apologize.
Then, Trio Tori can't be the culprit. I'm sure of that at this point.
Even if it's true, it's best to double check. Truria, are you really sure you sent a letter to Haruhiko and loaded those bullets? Yeah. I mean, I still can't believe I'm not the culprit. I didn't really read the Monokuma file properly, so, I saw the right hand ruptured, and I figured I was the one who did it.
That probably isn't a lie. Truya really thought he was the killer. He said a little while ago, as if confessing, when he told us he was going to be executed. It's not likely, but something came to my mind. Can I speak?
You probably shouldn't ask, because Tsurugi's gonna say,
No.
Go ahead.
An accomplice, or, in fact, like 2 culprits. How about it?
Dismissed. Anyways, all opinions from your brain are like this. I didn't even I didn't expect it. Rubbish opinions. A story not worth considering. Anything like that. Just crumble it, take it out of your brain, and throw it in the trash. Okay.
That's unfair. I said it because I was just thinking of it in my own way.
if Truria had an accomplice, there would have to be a person who objected at the time of him being accused as the culprit. Even if not, Truria would have confessed everything and made a mistake in the end.
But what if the real criminal, pointed out Truria as the culprit? Then everyone except him would die, right? Could you think about a development like that, where the culprit used Truria?
Oh, now you're using your head. But that's still not it. Even if the culprit secretly worked behind Truria to cover up his sins, it's impossible to work without him because of the limited circumstances of entering the arsenal.
And even if there is an accomplice, if we believe Kurakawa's testimony, the only suspect remaining is Iranami, so it can't be it.
Okay.
Huh? Wait a minute. I have a thought that something just passed like a flash in my head right now.
No, I am the real culprit.
You're relentless. Why are you claiming to be the killer? Even after all this, you don't know anything about the case. The more you claim to be the culprit, the more you claim your innocence. Have you still not noticed?
Tsurugi, on one hand.
We can't trust Mikako's testimony because she could be making it up to hide the truth. On the other hand, if you blatantly say you're the culprit, obviously you're not because, you're trying to hide it.
Let's organize our thoughts. First, Truria isn't the culprit. He didn't shoot. What Truria did was call Haruhiko using that letter and make a trap that exploded the gun by misloading the bullets. So, the person who killed Haruhiko himself, in other words, the real culprit, did what Truria didn't do. That is, they grabbed the gun to kill Haruhiko, messed up the interior of the arsenal, and finally, locked the door with the plank and grenades. Truria doesn't know what the real culprit did. If we think like that, conversely, does the culprit know what Truria did? No, the real culprit wouldn't know what Truria did. Like Ray said earlier, what Truria did was unknown to anyone, since he was in the enclosed space of the arsenal. Unless the culprit directly saw it, or Truria told them directly.
Then who is the killer?
Wait, guys, there's something I want to check for a moment.
Yuki?
Before Makako watched the hallway during the morning, from that point on, what if someone was hiding inside the arsenal? Could there be a reason for that?
No, I don't think it could happen. Tsurugi was tied up, and I saw Akane go into the room before. Ray. The last time she went into the empty room to the left of the dance hall, she didn't exit the room at all.
When did you see that? Well, you're right. I was investigating the empty room all day long.
Then there are only 2 suspects that Makako has seen, and they don't know what each other did. In other words, the real culprit doesn't know Haruhiko received that letter, and doesn't know why their hand exploded. But for some reason, Haruhiko was shot with a gun and killed. There's someone who can fit the conditions right here. Someone who turned themselves in at the start of this trial. They entered in the view of our suspects since they moved about at dawn, and no one else could commit the crime at this stage. But is this person really the culprit? If so, why?
Alright. It's me! No. It's Kanata!
All of you won't want to admit this, but I think I know the identity of the culprit.
What? Yuki, you know the killer?
The person who satisfies all the conditions is the true culprit of this case. It can only be you. Satsuki.
What? Satsuki's the killer?
Hooray! You finally came to think of me as the culprit. Only Yuki understands. I'm so glad.
Wait, Yuki. Look at her. She picked herself as the culprit. Or you just picked her as the culprit, and now she looks content. Do you really think Satsuki's the culprit?
Think about it. The only one who could possibly do this is Satsuki. At the beginning of the trial, when Satsuki came out saying she was the culprit, we were trying to interrogate her to see if she really was. However, she had no idea of the letter that called Haruhiko, or his destroyed right hand, which we thought the culprit would have to know. So we thought because of those things, she wasn't the culprit. But look at it. The 2 things mentioned earlier are actually from Teruya's doing, not the culprit's. Teruya didn't know that there was someone who killed Haruhiko by shooting him with a gun. So, on the contrary, did the culprit know that Teruya sent a letter and destroy his hand? Probably not. It would be impossible to know Teruya's actions unless he himself told the culprit in advance. Then, the real culprit would be a person who doesn't know why the letter was sent to Haruhiko's room or why his right hand exploded. Even though they didn't know this... What? But even though they didn't know this, they saw his hand that way. And there is someone who meets those conditions. The person who confessed with their own voice they killed Haruhiko by shooting them, but didn't mention the right hand or the letter. And that person is Satsuki.
Well, I'm not sure what you're saying because it's a lot. But anyways, it's right. It was me. I killed Haruhiko. I think Yuki's reasoning makes sense, but I don't really understand Satsuki being like this. Why would you do it, Satsuki? Why do you like it so much that we're calling you a killer? Haruhiko, he was so close to you, with your own hands. How can you say it so lightly that you killed him? Aren't you sad?
Think again, incompetent. Of course, it's possible to commit the crime, as you said. There's only that woman, but it's absolutely not the reaction of a killer. I'm not crazy. I'm very normal for a clown.
Actually, I don't know why Satsuki's reacting like this, and why she keeps confessing to be the culprit, but I can't think of any other possibility.
Yuki's words make sense. In fact, at the time Teruya was found not to be the killer, it was enough to doubt Satsuki because of the circumstances. Maybe, as soon as the trial began, Satsuki couldn't be the culprit. We were stuck in stereotypes, and we didn't think about it clearly.
Satsuki, I'll ask you again. Are you the culprit? Haruhiko, you killed him with a gun in your hand.
Yeah, that's right. I'm the killer.
Wait. if you're the real culprit, can you explain why you're so positive about it? You were like the only one who constantly appealed to him as the culprit. I don't know. Just, when the trial started, it became bothersome to make excuses, so I just confessed. Now, it's decided. Go on and execute me.
If you sound so refreshing like that, it doesn't look like you're a criminal at all.
I have my doubts too. In the first place, Satsuki just doesn't have the personality to kill. Even though she's resolute to a point, like Ray said, it would rather seem like we're choosing the wrong killer, and we'll all die.
That's not it at all. I'm just telling the truth.
What do I do? It's hard to make sure after identifying the killer, and this attitude Satsuki has, it's a reaction that defies understanding, like Ray said. Even like this, can I still point to Satsuki as the culprit?
Everyone stop! Why are you thinking about a crime? What are you thinking about? A crime is possible, but the reaction is weird. Wake up! The crime is impossible, even for Satsuki.
Oh, now you want to talk about impossible crimes. Okay. Why is that?
But Tsurugi, based on the testimony by Mikako, Haruhiko, Tsuruya, and Satsuki entered the arsenal at dawn.
Okay, that should have been like a... That should have been something. I thought that he was saying the testimony of all those people.
Of them, Tsuruya was the first to come out of the arsenal, then Haruhiko entered it. Because he was walking through the corridor with Satsuki just before this point, if they entered the arsenal together, then it would mean... Perhaps it was at this time that Haruhiko used the gun, and it's likely to be true just by looking at the sounds of the arsenal opening and Satsuki coming out alone.
Back off, Yuki. You just said it with your own words right now. Satsuki kills Haruhiko, then leaves the arsenal alone. If she came out, how would she lock the door? It's a clue that you guys found and checked yourselves, right? It's impossible to block the door from the outside in that way. If so, the killer was in the arsenal at least until Yuki and Tsuruya opened the door. However, Satsuki came into the arsenal before that. Does it sound like she could still be the killer? And if you look at Satsuki's reaction, that girl used a weapon, but it seems she doesn't know the arsenal was blocked. So now what? Satsuki's some sort of ninja?
Oh, what was that again? Oh, wait, I know. Maybe you don't know, but what if you use the plank of wood as a barricade?
It seems you fell asleep during this trial.
How about it? Is there anyone who still thinks Satsuki can be the culprit? Oh, after listening to Tsurugi, seems like Satsuki really ain't the culprit.
In the end, the problem lies with the door being blocked. If we solve it, there should be no problem, even if she's the culprit.
Haruhiko did it, I guess. That's the only person who could have. Why do you add the grenades, though? I don't know. Even if you think about it again, it's impossible to put a wood plank inside the arsenal from outside with the grenades attached. There's no time frame at all.
I think the current prerequisites were all wrong. The public here probably won't solve this mystery. I'd rather go back to the very beginning and reorganize our case instead.
Well, that sounds nice and all, but I hate it when the trial takes too long, don't you? It's not a rule, but you better wrap things up soon.
The alibis of Dawn, Mikako's testimony, Tsuruya's behavior, the wood plank blocking the arsenal door, and Satsuki's incomprehensible reaction. Maybe... have we missed something else? Why does Satsuki have that attitude in the first place? Even Tsurugi seems to be confused. Our reasoning is at the very core right now. I think Tsurugi's right, blocking the door with as Satsuki. This is a big problem. My mind is getting more and more complicated. Right now, the most important aspect of this case, the arsenal door, the wood plank, the grenades. How to block the door from the outside.
Wait, you don't need to go back to the start. If you think about it a little, it should become clear.
Another waste of time.
Wait a minute. What's the reason for the flash grenade and smokescreen in the first place? At the moment the door opens, if the criminal was hidden inside and they escaped through the light and smoke, then the trick to block the arsenal from the inside would be solved. But I'm afraid that's not right. It was already mentioned. It's ridiculous when you think about Dark Circle's testimony in the very beginning. It's been seen that Teruya Otori and Satsuki Irinami both came out of the arsenal.
Inside the arsenal. The last one who came out was Satsuki, I'm sure. But opening the door and coming out of the arsenal means the door wasn't blocked until that last moment.
Well, in a word, doesn't that mean that the body of Haruhiko got left alone in the arsenal till just before Yuki and I opened it up?
What does that... That doesn't make sense. It wasn't the body that was alive and blocked the door. This is starting to sound creepy somehow.
Huh? Akane, wait, what did you just say?
That it started to get creepy?
Not that, before that.
Oh, that the body moved to block the door? Like a zombie or something? Of course it wouldn't. Such science would be...
Unscientific? That's like a bear in front of our very eyes. It's like that bear in front of our very eyes is unscientific.
Hey, what the heck did I just say? I'll have you know, I'm the cutting edge of scientific discovery.
The body moved and blocked the door. Of course, a reality like that doesn't exist, but like Teruya said earlier, only Haruhiko remained in the arsenal until the end. No. Could it be? The person that blocked the door to the arsenal. That person's identity is...
Wow. Oh no, I was gonna say 2 spot checks in a row? Crazy. I honestly don't remember what this means. A part of the clue is you find the right letters and is roam randomly. Is this Hangman's Gambit? I think it is. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's Hangman's Gambit, okay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! Okay, so it's not that. Oh god. Oh no! Red. Well, then it's not that. Hold on. The problem is I can't even translate it, because it'll only give me this one. Try this one. This one's moving a lot. No? Which ones haven't I tried yet? This one? No? This one. Oh my god, I'm going to absolutely perish on this. I don't know how. I've tried both of these, right? I don't think I've tried this one. Apparently I did at some point. Which one have I not tried? This? Well, it disappeared before I got to it, so maybe that's a sign. Pretty sure I tried both of these. Oh, okay. I got one. Now what? Luck! Luck, be with me! Luck, be with me! I don't want to click that one because it lingers the longest. It makes me feel like it's not that. Nope, okay. Can I at least retry from here? Oh man. This is rough. At least let me retry from the Hangman's Gambit, please. Please. Translate. I have to wait for it to load. Alright. They updated Translate recently and now it's actually harder to get it to work well. Would you like to try again from that phase? And then it didn't give me the actual... Okay, there we go. From save point. Yeah, no thanks. Yes, I'll try again. Is this back to, like... No, this is back to where I was at the beginning of the trial, right? I clicked yes, not from saving. Oh no, no.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
So I've got my cheat sheet from Zephyrum's actual video. And apparently what we're actually trying to spell is Haruhiko Kabashikawa. So, that's but that's what he has in the first slot. Are we going right to left? I didn't think about that, but I don't think we are. This is what's in the first... What? Okay, then let's go with the first thing that does... from right to left. I actually have literally no idea what I'm doing wrong now. Do I have to find like a green one? I guess I could bring up the video. I really, really don't want to have to do this again. I really, really don't. I don't want chemical plant zone. Okay. Let me turn it down. I should still be at the place in the video, right? It should have saved that. You guys get to listen to this jamming 8 notes over and over. Okay, here we go. Okay, so what did they hit first? They hit what I hit! I hit that! I know I did! They hit this thing! Why? This one? Is there like a slight difference I'm not seeing? No, it's literally that. It's that letter though. Okay, what color is it when they hit it? It was yellow, okay? It was yellow. So I'm going to try to hit a yellow version of this one that's right here. I mean, I can literally reference it. Okay, well, you will hear my voice change to a different level in the next like 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Ah! All right, I'm back. Guess what? It's working now. Let me bring up the screenshot on my phone again. I forgot I needed that. Ah, boy. Yeah. I don't know what happened. Apparently there's some sort of bug when you retry this particular mini game. So I'm going to click on this and it's going to come back. The next one we need is an upside down A. So this thing. Okay, it's gone. Hello? Hello? Come back. There it is. I think. Yeah. Can I hit it, please? Okay, apparently not. This one? Oh my god. They just disappear before I can hit them. I got the first one in, though, so it should be working. I hope. Can you imagine if I just, like, soft lock the game? Okay, you. Thank you. Okay, thank God. Next one, we already have. And then... sideways E. U. Gotcha. Finally, we get to use this thing. It disappeared before I could hit it. Bum, 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 bum. Gotcha. And then you. Come on, come on. You have to like, oh, come on. You have to like hit it like, you have to lead your shot on it. And now it's gone. I don't remember struggling with this minigame so hard the first time. Maybe it was just a very short word. I honestly don't remember. Come on! There we go. Thank goodness. We're free. Okay. Hopefully my audio quality isn't too different from before.
That's it.
Is this on? It is. Okay.
It has to be him. The identity of the person who blocked the door to the arsenal.
Really? Yuki, you know who the killer is? I don't think you're about to say Haruhiko, just cause I said the body moved, right? That was just a joke.
No, thanks to you, I came up with something we didn't. That's right. The only one who could have blocked the arsenal door was Haruhiko.
Haruhiko's the culprit?
You're saying he committed suicide?
Wait, did you forget? Like Monokuma said, suicide was forbidden. If he killed yourself in any way or form, he'd treat it as a dog death.
Wow, rude.
Haruhiko was murdered by someone other than himself. That's why Monokuma's treating this case as a class trial at all.
No, Yuki never said he committed suicide. He said the person who blocked the door to the arsenal was Haruhiko.
What?
Like Yuki said, the person who killed Haruhiko with the gun is the killer, Satsuki. But it was impossible for her to block the arsenal. It was only possible for Haruhiko. How about it? It means the reason why Satsuki can't be the culprit. It's gone now.
No, that can't be possible. The fact that Haruhiko blocked the door to the arsenal is a simple assumption. It may be possible, but there's no evidence.
No evidence? No, there's proof of it. I don't mean ill will, just because Haruhiko blocked the door without evidence. But Tsurugi wouldn't be unaware of this, right? So why is he arguing so much? Let's not bother right now. This comes first. The evidence that Haru may have blocked the arsenal door is...
I actually, I guess unnatural blood stains? That'd be my guess? Okay. That's good.
There is evidence! It's the blood!
Blood?
The blood that splattered in the arsenal. Everyone saw it. Didn't you think it was a little strange?
Oh, it certainly felt a little off. It felt like, well, you know, like it was a path made by blood rather than a blood spot.
That's right. It looks like bloodstains wandering around. It looks like bloodstains wandering around in the arsenal.
That sounds wrong, but I don't know how to fix it.
After Haruhiko was shot, wouldn't explain... After Haruhiko was shot and bleeding, wouldn't that explain while he was looking for the boards and the grenades that he could have created that path?
Sure. It's plausible, but would it be compelling that Haruhiko Koboshikawa himself locked the door of the arsenal simply looking at the bloodstains? It's not reasoning, just a realm of speculation.
But it's not a contradiction. Only Haruhiko has certain possibility, and even if the culprit dragged the body, there's no reason for it. It leaves evidence behind, that's all.
No, it's a contradiction.
Tsurugi?
I can see that Almeida's words are true, but Haruhiko was murdered by a cruel killer. And let me ask a simple question. Why in the world would the victim help the killer, if not to leave more evidence of their crime?
The answer is, you don't know that. If you wandered around...
Uh-oh.
If you ignore emotional things and look at only the information of the case, it makes sense that Haruhiko closed the door, even without the process of elimination.
Sure, okay, that wasn't where I was expecting that to go.
This isn't about being emotional. This is about the victim helping the killer. There can't be such a thing. Stockholm Syndrome. I don't believe any of that crap. That kind of thing is psychotic.
Oh, well...
Even that requires the premise that the killer had some kindness or gentle behavior towards their victim. But does that reflect reality? Did the killer show kindness to Haruhiko? No, they murdered him in cold blood. Yuki's reasoning is the
What? It's the worst? Okay.
Yuki's reasoning is the worst, not to mention it's forced and far-fetched.
Okay. Okay. So it's a mirror of Byakuya, right? Byakuya couldn't understand why, in Trigger Happy Havoc, why Aoi would cover up Sakura's suicide. And now it's like the opposite. Tsurugi can't understand why the victim would cover up the killer's murder.
Hey, what's Stockholm Syndrome? It's when victims are held hostages by a robber or kidnapper, but rather they end up thinking of them as saviors. It's a phenomenon that antagonizes rescuers and police, and they take the criminal's side.
Tsurugi, that's weird. If you were your usual self, you would rather have ruled out such emotional things by reasoning rather than considering logical situations.
Also, this isn't Stockholm Syndrome.
You said I'm being emotional. This is natural. You just don't see it.
Uh-huh. You're not being emotional. Just screaming in contemplation.
If the victim who deserves salvation agrees with the obvious evil, it's impossible to reason with. This choice isn't logical here. Saving them is what I have to do. I can't leave you alone with your pretentious reasoning. Besides that, there are loopholes in your reasoning anyway. I'll just do what I have to. I'll refute you.
Oh, we're gonna fight Tsurugi.
I'll correct your ridiculous reasoning, Yuki.
What the hell are you doing, Tsurugi? You know it's best that there's not... You must know it's best not to refute this here.
You're making an unacceptable reasoning. Your reasoning is unacceptable from my point of view. This can't happen. And it shouldn't. If there's anything to refute, then I'll do it, Yuki.
We're falling apart, ooh. Skip and slash Psycho Cop. Oh, it's in Korean anyway. Okay, well, I was gonna say I don't remember which button slashes, but I think it's shift. So we're gonna hope. Oh goodness. Well, let's see what he's on about.
Say something that makes sense, Yuki.
Oh god, that was a lot.
Why does the victim become a helper for the killer?
Wow, I really have to jam the button. Okay.
Besides, if you listen to Satsuki, she tried to kill Haru herself. She said she shot in self-defense.
Did she?
It's not enough to leave more clues on the culprit. Why would they help the killer with their own death?
Okay, I progressed. That's good.
However, it's impossible for Satsuki to block the door of the arsenal. You know this, right? At that point, only Haruhiko could have done it. It's the unnatural bloodstains support it. As fact.
Those are just blood spots. It's possible the killer moved the body. First, Haruhiko was shot in the chest. Without seeing anything. Instant death.
Okay, well, you were the one who told me it's not instant death.
In that state, they blocked the door. What a stupid joke, Yuki!
Okay. That was his testimony, right? I'm pretty sure he was the one who said. I'm gonna focus on jamming the button. Got it. There we go. Okay. My finger. Okay, we're good. We're good. The worst part is I'm gonna have to do this all again if I chose the wrong bullet. Is this a remix of the theme? It sounds like it might be. Like, I didn't even notice it. Because it sounds pretty similar, but I don't think that one instrument is the same. Ah, okay. Got it. Whoa, where'd it go? Yuki? Okay, we're good.
Wow, where am I going?
Sorry, I need a drink. Okay, we're good.
Tsurugi, that's wrong. Haruhiko didn't die immediately. You know how I know that?
You can say what you want, Yuki, but like I said, Haruhiko had his chest pierced. Since the bullet hit his body, a wound like that, he would have no choice but to die immediately.
No, Haruhiko didn't die immediately. His chest was struck, but the bullet penetrated through him without getting stuck in his body. Because of the amount of shock was relatively smaller than the one that gets stuck, it would have been possible for him to move around.
Speculations. Anyone could make that claim.
You're right, because you did. Stop it, Tsurugi! This isn't speculation. You know who told me this? You!
Ugh.
Incompetence, is that true? If it's about the bullet piercing, of course I'm well aware of that, but was it the cop who told you about it?
Yes. During the investigation, I thought he might have died immediately, because he was shot in the chest and all, but Tsurugi told me. I heard that his death might not have been immediate. He might have had trouble breathing, but he would have been able to move for a short time.
At that time I just said it as a guess.
Tsurugi, why are you arguing so much? If you keep going like this, it sounds like you're the culprit. We named Satsuki as the culprit earlier, and Haruhiko did the other work, but why are you still arguing so much?
Shut up, criminal!
Okay.
Haruhiko was murdered. He was also labeled as the victim that I had to protect. A victim who deserved protection. He was actually on the killer's side. Something like that. It can't be.
Tsurugi.
Yeah, I can't listen to this anymore. According to your logic, Kizuna Tomori was also a victim, but in reality, she was a terrifying bitch who was planning a crime herself. Are you saying you would tolerate Kizuna's murder plan?
That's wrong. In that case, it was an accident, not the victim.
Also, refuting such a subject to the incompetent one, Haruhiko Kabashikawa tried to kill Satsuki Uranami. It would make no sense to help him in a situation where it would leave only more evidence for the culprit. But look here, the victim you had to protect was in the reverse place after trying to kill someone. They're so very good citizens indeed.
No.
Yeah, like, what's the difference between Kizuna and Akane? Like, honestly.
No! What the hell am I for? For so many days.
Tsurugi?
Oh, he died. Well, too bad.
Tsurugi!
Tsurugi's down!
Tsurugi, wake up!
Tsurugi.
Hey! Hold it right there. We're still in trial. I don't admit going out of the courtroom by your own will.
But Tsurugi is...
He just fell over. Oh, this is such a headache. Fainting and getting upset during the trial. It's taboo to leave the courtroom while it's still ongoing. But I guess it can't be helped. Tsurugi, take him to the dormitory. You guys don't have to move. Stay right in your seats.
They're not seats. Wait, are there supposed to be chairs here?
Everyone's been waiting for a while, right? Tsurugi's arrived safely to his dorm room. So, don't worry about it. Let's continue the trial. But this doesn't make things fun. Now Tsurugi's outside the courtroom. The fact that he was sent out means he's not the culprit. Now the number of people has decreased by 1. Dun dun dun.
Okay.
Tsurugi, I'm sure he'll be okay.
Yeah, he's always bounced back, right? He's never done anything stupid after having some sort of, moral panic.
It's the first time that Sorogi looked like that.
As Monokuma said, we're still on trial. Forget about him for now. He's not even dead.
Alright.
So, where did we leave off?
The culprit is Satsuki. She couldn't block the door to the arsenal. Only Haruhiko.
Is it okay to make this decision then? Does anyone have a different opinion?
A different opinion? I think this is all we have.
There's no disagreement. Of course, it's logical. Like Tsurugi Kinjo said, I also don't understand why Haruhiko Kabashikawa, in the victim position, would have helped his killer.
That's, well, I don't know either. After all, it's like we wouldn't get a different decision now, right? Then, if you name me as the culprit, there will be no complaints, and no one will be dissatisfied.
Wait, not yet.
What else?
You said there was no reason to disagree. Why did Haruhiko Kabashikawa help his killer? And why is the killer so excited?
The same goes for me. Satsuki, the reasoning of this case is over, so looking at the result, it's inarguable that you're the culprit. So, why? Why call yourself the killer? Are you trying to die?
Why do you ask? Well, like I said earlier, it became a nuisance, so that's a good reason, right? I'm not good at lying, but I think I'd do better than you, Satsuki.
Don't mess around. You'll be executed if we let this go. If you die, the truth of this case will remain a matter that'll never be solved. I'm a woman who doesn't give up until I know 100% of the problem I've been challenged.
Oh.
Please tell us, Satsuki. If you really are the culprit, then take responsibility for your actions.
Tell me. When I thought I was the culprit, all I could do was get blamed.
What are you trying to hide? Let us hear it, Satsuki. I don't know. I'm just the culprit. That's what I am.
Oh, she started shouting.
I don't know.
Stupid. Nice.
Satsuki, as long as she stays like this, then I guess we'll have to force you to open your mouth. About the secret of this incident, why Haru was involved, and the reasoning for your actions in claiming you were the real culprit all along.
Okay. Quiet the clown. Sure. This is kind of a arbitrary term. Like, okay. I forget how this works.
I don't know anything.
Stupid. Okay.
Yuki doesn't even notice. I want you to execute quickly. The culprit hasn't changed. Yuki doesn't even notice.
It's like impossible to get all of them. Ah, I hit the wrong key. Dang it. Okay, we've almost got this. Ah! Did I die to that? Oh my god, that's impossible! I'm gonna need to buy some serious stuff after this if I'm gonna make it through the next couple trials. I do not know how I'm supposed to break that many at once. Cause like... I guess I just have to do better in this part, which isn't that bad, I guess. You just kind of have to get the rhythm for it. Oh god. Okay, I think we're good. I've almost killed her. She's gonna do the all... Got her, okay. Oh, jeez. The reasoning is over. Everything is explained. You have nothing more to say. The other pistol that broke Haru's hand. Okay. Sure. I mean, it's not... The other pistol didn't break his hand. Unless we're talking about the shattered remains, I guess. And the other, like, the first pistol we're talking about is the one in the corner.
The reasoning isn't over yet, Satsuki.
What? It's already over.
No, it's not. There's one thing we've overlooked, crossed over. Does anyone know?
Was there really something like that?
Like Satsuki said, isn't this over?
It's about the pistol that destroyed Haruhiko Kabashikawa's right hand.
Yeah, because we decided it was Teruya's doing earlier, we all glazed over it. Actually, if you think a little harder, it wasn't Teruya that destroyed Haruhiko's right hand.
What are you saying? That makes no sense, Yuki. I replaced the bullets, and Haruhiko grabbed it like I thought. His right hand was destroyed.
Stupid fool. If what you say is true, the gun he touched should have been shattered as well. Why would it remain intact?
Oh, right. Come to think of it, even when Teruya was rushed up as the culprit, he said he didn't know why it ended up like that.
That's right. I was freaking out for excuses. When I think about it again, if Haru uses the gun like I intended, the gun should have blown up.
Teruya, are you sure you didn't touch two guns?
Right, I can assure it. Trust me, I only touched one gun, unconditionally.
Wait a minute, then wouldn't it get even more weird? Unless Teruya did it, why did Haruhiko get caught in the same trap you did and injure his right hand?
It can't be deduced by us alone. Only one person can help, Satsuki.
I don't know.
No, I think you likely do know. Satsuki, don't you remember? At the beginning of the class trial, you said Haruhiko tried to shoot you, so you grabbed a gun to shoot him in self-defense and ended up killing him. From here on, it's just my thoughts, but if your words are true, wouldn't it have been that Haruhiko knew the gun would explode?
He knew it was going to explode?
Deliberately blowing up his hand? Was he trying to commit suicide?
Maybe so.
Well,
Let me tell you this. It's just unfounded theory, but listen for now. I don't know how someone changed the bullets in the same manner Teruya did, but it was probably Haruhiko himself who did it. Since the second half of the trial, the word suicide continued to rattle around, because this case was just too weird to see as an ordinary murder scenario. In the end, Haruhiko didn't commit suicide, because Monokuma wouldn't have dealt with a suicide. Even if he wanted to commit the act, he wouldn't have done it, because it would have just been a wasted death. So, maybe he thought about it like this. Was Haruhiko trying to save Satsuki?
tried to save her.
Deliberately aiming at Satsuki the gun that exploded when he shot. Surprised, Satsuki shoots in response. Even if she shot the floor, she wouldn't get hurt. Only his hands would explode, and because Satsuki's shot hit him, his death wouldn't be treated as a suicide. Later, when Satsuki leaves in surprise, he remains alone in the arsenal. He himself goes through the extra effort to make the case more complicated. For example, blocking the door to the arsenal and messing with the guns. So, I mean, there's no evidence of this, but the fact that Haruhiko blocked the door seems to be trying to help the killer. So, as a basis...
Haruhiko, in order to save Satsuki, means he gave up his life?
But he didn't save her. She's about to die. Hold on. That's plausible, but you didn't finish with your line of imagination. There's a 0% chance that your words are true.
Why? I was listening to Yuki, and it seems like he was speaking the truth.
Think first. He gave up his life to try to save someone else. Humans aren't that simple. He would be afraid to do it, even in ordinary circumstance. But in this unreasonable extreme where there was no food or living like us.
But not long ago, Ayame, for Akane, she threw away her own life. Ayame.
That's not the case here. At that time, even the most extreme situation wasn't there. She didn't save Akane Taro with 100% pure intentions. Did you forget? She clearly had a desire to save Akane Taira, but she also wanted to escape from here. She committed murder with a sloppy heart, although she eventually revealed her true face in the end. However, in the case of Haruhiko Kabashikawa, like Ayame Hatano, there isn't a single reason for it. According to incompetence, he would have given up his life 100% purely to only save Satsuki Uranami. No matter how close Haruhiko Kabashikawa was with the clown, it would be absurd to say they were like kin who would give up their lives in such an extreme circumstance. Of course, if that's true, I suppose he deserves my respect.
I know. That's why I said it was an unfounded idea. You really do have to refute it so hard.
Of course, I'm not saying it's absolutely impossible like that crazy cop would, but I don't think so. It's absurd. If he'd been thinking only of Satsuki Uranami like that, he would have done something earlier, but I don't have a clue otherwise, so...
If Yuki's words are wrong, how would you describe the reason for Haruhiko blowing up his hand?
I'll have to think about that more.
As expected, it's not going to work out the way I thought. It seems it's too absurd, like Ray said. It's difficult for someone to make a decision in order to save one person's life at the point of giving up their own.
Anyways, there's no objections that Satsuki's the culprit, right? Do we really need to go over Haruhiko's hand?
I'd like this wrapped up as soon as possible. I'm getting quite bored.
No, but we have to know the truth of this case.
It's true.
Huh?
Yuki, are you a psychic? It's exactly as if you've read someone's mind.
What are you talking about?
You have ESP. I don't feel like an adult for trying to hide it. It'll be a nuisance to all of you. I don't think the trial will ever be over at this rate. Like Yuki said, as long as you commit a murder, you have to be responsible for it.
Satsuki.
Where should I start? Oh, yeah. Since Kobazin came to my room early in the morning, until the moment came, I couldn't imagine how everything would play out. What is it, Kobazin? What's wrong? Going around at dawn like this, you'll get more hungry. Oh, I think I'd rather die hungry than be killed.
Satsuki, this isn't a joke, so listen seriously. I have something I need to say to you.
Kobazin? Okay, alright, tell me.
It'll take a little time. Follow me for a minute.
I almost forgot what his voice was. Almost.
Kabashikawa, isn't this the arsenal? Why this place?
Satsuki, is your body alright? You haven't eaten anything for a few days now. Is it painful?
Yeah, I'm hungry enough to die, but except for that, I'm fine. Hey, what's with this all of a sudden? You're giving me goosebumps.
Actually, I got a favor to ask of you.
Oh, what do you want to ask? How romantic.
Kill me.
What are you saying? Did you commit a sin for being a perv? I mean, I get it. It's delightful Kobazing is lusting for the girls, but it's not enough for me to kill you.
I said I wasn't playing around.
Sorry.
No, my bad. I shouldn't have shouted out of nowhere. Oh, damn it. How do I explain this?
Kabashikawa, are you about to die?
I've been thinking all this time, when this division was born, it was our fault, right? If we had a little more food left, maybe things wouldn't be so serious.
I can't deny it.
Besides, until now, Tsurugi was guarding the arsenal, so no murder could occur. Eventually he went crazy, so no one's guarding this place now. If we don't make a decision now, someone else will definitely commit murder.
So that's what Kabashikawa wants to say. Okay, you mean the two of us who are most guilty should take responsibility?
Honestly, I really didn't want to involve you. It was me who first suggested to eat the food. I wanted to end up dying if I could alone. But I remembered Monokuma's words. If a murder case happened, it has to be a murder case in order to escape. The suicide wouldn't be accepted.
In the end, you can't solve it alone, so you need someone else's help, but the person who helps you will also be bound, executed for being the culprit. So, I'll be in risk of death too.
Yeah. I have no other person I could suggest it to. It's only you or Teruya. We all committed the same crime. But, me and him are in bad ways right now. Of course, I have no intention to really force you to do this. If you accept it, you're gonna die, Satsuki.
Okay, I'll cooperate.
Huh?
I'm saying I'll do what Kopazing wants.
So suddenly? You'll be okay with it? That you're gonna die?
Well, even if we're in the ballroom, we're going to die anyways.
That's not what I...
Rather than staying still like this and watching my friends become murderers, or starving to death, I think I'd prefer to save everyone and die with you, Kopazing.
Oh, Satsuki! Damn it! I'm really sorry. Because of me. You really are a good girl, huh?
However, there's one condition.
What? What condition?
I don't want to kill Kopazing, so Kopazing kill me!
What? What are you talking about? It's the same no matter which way we die, but why do you want to die by my hand?
If I become the culprit, I'll be executed by Monokuma. That sucks! I'd rather be killed by you.
You're gonna grab a gun in the arsenal and kill me, but you think it'd hurt? Don't you think it would hurt more to get shot?
It's not a pain problem. I don't like being killed by such a thing like Monokuma.
You don't want to? There's no way I could do it.
The same goes for me. How could I kill you, Kopazing?
They're just punching each other.
Oh, there's gonna be no end to this. Instead of fighting, let's just sit down with this nonsense.
That's because Kopazing first looks at me and says it's impossible to kill him.
If you can't, then why do you accept it? Don't do it then.
That's no good. It's already been decided.
Then kill me already.
I can't do it. I really value Kopazing, so killing my friend is...
I'm not happy I'm your favorite, okay?
Wow, Kopazing is blushing.
Oh, idiot! I'm talking about an important thing here. Why are we going back and forth? I'm not messing around. Oh, my stomach hurts because I haven't eaten anything.
Are you okay?
We don't have much time. The fact is, I might just die anyway tomorrow. In the meantime, the others might be in pain or planning murder.
Everyone's in trouble.
Satsuki, what if, we do it like this? Have you ever seen a Western movie?
Western movie? Not really, but I know what you mean. Walk back and forth in a courtyard, turn around and shoot after some time passes.
Yeah, let's decide it that way. In the worst case of this, we could end up killing each other, but it would still not be a suicide, so the others would be able to live.
It's uncomfortable I'd have to shoot at you, Kopazing, but... okay, it would be fair. Let's do that.
Wow, it's kind of rude that he cheated.
Alright, if it's decided, let's do this. Pick up a pistol.
Kopazing, are you not done? What's taking you so long to pick a gun?
Wait a minute. Almost done. Okay. Are you ready, Satsuki?
I'm not a girl who goes back on her word. Besides, it seems more fun to decide this way.
Fun, you say? I already said it again and again, but take this seriously.
I mean, we've played lots of games so far, right? Basketball, running, poker, darts. As a result of doing my best without looking at our fights at all, the total was equal.
Was it really like that?
I remember the results of all of our previous matches, so probably so far, Kobazing and I had 14 matches, 6 wins, 6 losses, and 2 draws, in perfect balance.
You really have a good memory on such useless stuff.
And suddenly, now that this is the last game, it makes me feel kind of strange. I can't believe I'm risking my life at all.
If you want to give up, you can tell me. I really don't want to force you.
No, I'm serious too. Like Kobazing said, I'll stop playing around. Are you ready?
Yeah. From here, go back, take 3 steps. We'll shoot at the same time.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. It's the 10 dual commandments.
Ah!
Satsuki!
Haruhiko!
Boom.
Kobashikawa? Kobashikawa! Haruhiko! Why did you do it?
Oh, good. Satsuki. The last game was my victory.
That's not what I mean! Why did your hand explode?
Sorry.
I saw it. This is unbelievable. Let's try again.
I was worried what would happen if I died immediately, because I was hit in a bad spot. Fortunately, looks like I'm still alive. Oh, I'll tell you what I can. I'm sorry, Satsuki. I lied. Because you killed me, wanting to save everyone. That's not the truth.
What?
The one I really wanted to save, it was you, Satsuki.
Me?
It was useless information, so I didn't tell the others. It would just confuse them. I was searching for a few days. I found this badge with the head of Monokuma on it. 'Cause I found it, Monokuma appeared and said he'd give me a prize to congratulate me on finding the treasure.
That's the treasure Monokuma said. It was really here?
He showed me this photo of me and you. Kissing. Doing a selfie.
Kobashikawa, even at a time like this? What kind of joke?
It's real. It shows. A commemorative photo with you as my lover. You shouldn't forget. It all vanished.
Kobashikawa, and said, we've never done such a thing.
It's the same for me too. I have no memories of the pictures of me and you, let alone kissing. We met here for the first time a month ago. But why? It doesn't feel weird. Even if that photo was wrong, I felt unknown emotions, and I thought I didn't want to let you die.
I have no idea what you're saying, Kobashikawa. Stop it. It's too cheesy.
Put up with it. I'm gonna die anyways, and I needed to say this much. Maybe I liked you after some point. Even if I die like this, there are guys like Tsurugi, Rei, and Yuki, so they'll find out about it eventually. You better go back to your room. Act as usual. Pretend you don't know anything, okay? Leave the rest to me.
Why are you saying that, Kobashikawa? Stop it! Stop talking!
No matter how much they think, they wouldn't think that the victim could do all this stuff. Part of it is to pretend to shoot you, on purpose. Throw away my right hand. It's a pretty old gun, see? It could explode when pulling the trigger if you put normal bullets in the magazine.
Kobashikawa, you can't die!
No, I'm gonna die. And Satsuki, you're gonna live. Leave it to me, okay? I can't make someone as cheerful and happy as you die like this.
Kobazing!
I'm sorry. It's such a crappy way. And when the trial's over, Tell the others you're sorry too, okay? Sorry I fought with Tsuruya. Sorry for sacrificing Tsurugi and the others. Sorry that my feelings don't want you to sacrifice yourself.
Oh, he stood back up. Oh, look at him go.
Oh, damn it. This hurts really badly.
Koba-sing, don't. Don't move, you'll die.
Of course. That's the plan. Once you leave, I gotta get this job done. You have to go before someone sees.
I hate this. This is wrong. I wanted to save you.
Please go. This is my last wish, so please listen. I want you to live.
But
leave.
Oh no, he did the Zuko leave.
Leave. Yeah. Just gotta do that. Thank you, Satsuki. Whether it was all real or fake, I still loved you.
Well. Okay. And then I went back to my room. As Sariko said, I stayed still till morning. I didn't know what trick he was going to do. I wasn't sure until I heard your story in the trial. It's all I know. Like Yuki said, Koba-sing, he was trying to save me, in order to confuse you while doing so. In other words, he did it all to save me. What is this? This is too much.
Haruhiko was apologizing to me, and I tried to kill him.
I get it now. If he saw the letter sent by Tsuruya, he wouldn't go to the arsenal that way. Nevertheless, the reason he did go to the arsenal, it was because he didn't even notice Tsuruya's letter from the very beginning. It was only to sacrifice himself to save Satsuki.
Hold on. Then why? Why did he do it the same way as Tsuruya Otori? The gun exploded the exact same way. Unless he did some kind of trick, prepared it in advance. That's what I thought too. But when Haruhiko chose a gun, he was doing something in the corner for a long time. It was kind of... He was telling me that guns weren't fun or usual, so I wonder if he had some kind of knowledge about them. That stupid idiot! He really gave up his life for her. And you just kicked the opportunity he arranged to let you survive. What are you thinking? I don't understand it at all. I know Kawashikawa lied to me, and he didn't want to do this. After all, I've been struggling a lot since then, until the last trial was held. I didn't think that was the way, so it's unreasonable for all of you to die just for me, right? I'm sorry for betraying Haruhiko, but I'll be happier if you all live. How can that be? Blood-related familiar actions are a law that put one's life most first. You just met us. Well, I'm not as smart as Ray, so I don't think I could give a very cool reason for it. I just told myself that I was the culprit. It made me convince myself I had to do it. But then why? Why didn't you say everything from the very beginning? Why did you hide the truth so suspiciously? You didn't even say your backstory. You just said you were the killer. It's so confusing. That was because of Haruhiko. He decided to take a chance between all of you in order to save me. Because of that, if Tsurugi found out, it would have seemed like from Haruhiko's view, who had already died, that it was an insult to him. I didn't want to do anything that would put more disgrace on Haruhiko. He already died trying to save me. That's why I told you in the end. Still, don't think badly of him, okay? He wouldn't have thought of this, and if it wasn't for him, we all would have died there. Such a thing. It's not possible. Satsuki, are you really satisfied with that? If we live, you're going to die. I'm fine dying. Why are you all so worried? I'm very fine with my choice. No matter what happens, don't forget to smile. It's one of the teachings of my older brother, or own brother, and it's my belief too.
But after Haruhiko died, you cried, right?
That's off topic! Please just think Satsuki wasn't Satsuki for a moment!
Satsuki.
Yuki. Yeah, thanks to Yuki, I was able to do everything. And I feel relieved. Oh yeah, I was impressed to see you come up with the whole truth. After Haruhiko, Yuki's a real teacher in my heart. Well then, Yuki, I think we can finish the trial. Give me that thing you always do.
What?
Yeah, that! You know, climax reasoning, let's go!
Would you like to hear the tutorial? Gears are ready. I guess that makes sense. Oh my god, look at Teruya. Putting a letter below the door, same way as the first case. That's gotta be this. They came to the conclusion to use the guns on each other. Busy wandering around, making the blood thing. Okay, that wouldn't work. There's nothing to put here. Okay. They're arguing, and they decide to use the guns on each other, right? Haruhiko is messing with the bullets. Oh no, he's dying. Okay, he's dying. Oh, this is his hand exploding. Okay. Both of them are here, okay. Look at this face. If it wasn't for the blood, this would be like a definite meme face. Is that here? No, okay. Then it has to be here. It's just like, I guess this is what happens after he puts the stuff around, like that's what it looks like after, but technically that would have happened before he, you know, locked the door. I'm just going to read this in my normal voice because my voice is tired, okay? First, the case begins with not from the criminal or the victim, but from Teruya. Teruya couldn't stand the extreme situation and began working on a plan to kill Haruhiko, the victim in this case. Teruya first started to write a note to Haruhiko asking him to come to the arsenal. This was done with the paper and pen that only he had in the ballroom, where there was nothing else other than weapons. Teruya, who had finished writing the note, then put the note through the doorframe of Haruhiko's room. This was the same way that Mitsuhiro did it in the first murder. Then Teruya, who had put the note safely into the room, first entered the arsenal before Haruhiko could arrive. This was in order to do some work. The task was to load non-standard bullets into the pistol's magazine. When a person would have shot the pistol in that state, the gun would have exploded from the inside and destroyed the hand of the person who'd used it. Teruya used this method to let Haruhiko use the gun, thinking of making him shoot. That's the reason he went into the arsenal before anyone else. Having done everything he needed to do, Teruya quickly returned to his room and waited for Haruhiko to come out. Teruya's plan was to enter the arsenal later on with Haruhiko. However, as Teruya returned to his room to stay on watch of the hallway, he fell asleep due to his accumulated fatigue. This was everything Teruya had as an influence on the case. Meanwhile, at that time, Haruhiko was probably having a lot of trouble thinking in his room. As we just heard, Haruhiko was already planning to have someone dear to them, to save someone dear to them at the cost of his own life. Originally, he felt responsible for running out of food, but the discovery of the treasure was the trigger to start this life-threatening plan. As the situation got more and more extreme, Haruhiko felt like he couldn't wait any longer. He started acting. He decided to meet with the person who was chosen as the culprit for this case. At that time, whether Haruhiko saw Teruya's note or not is uncertain, but it was very likely he didn't pay attention to it in the first place. Because he was so immersed in his own thoughts. Haruhiko's plan was a plan that took place in the arsenal as well, but if he saw the note calling him into the arsenal, he probably wouldn't have headed there at all. Either by luck or misfortune, if Teruya hadn't fallen asleep, a fairly complicated mess would have unfolded. After a while, Haruhiko safely met the culprit. Until then, the culprit hadn't even realized the true purpose of the case. Haruhiko asked the culprit to quietly follow them to the arsenal, and they went into the arsenal side by side. Ooh. One may have thought no one would know, but in fact, all of the actions that Teruya and these two were doing while walking around the corridors up to this point were being seen by Makako. She wasn't sleeping from the very start. She was always keeping watch of the hallway. In actuality, it was Makako that made up most of the clues to solve the mystery of this case. Because Teruya went to sleep, the killer and Haruhiko entered the arsenal without anyone's interference. Only then, Haruhiko, when they were alone with the culprit, confessed his feelings for them. I think it went this way. Someone was going to do the murder, asked them to kill themselves before that to save everyone. That's what they asked the culprit to do. Once they accepted, the culprit would also be executed for committing murder. It was certain death, so Haruhiko didn't want to force them into making such a difficult decision. But the culprit didn't hesitate to respond to his proposal. However, the culprit refused to kill Haruhiko. refused to kill Haruhiko themselves. Conversely, they told Haruhiko to kill them instead. Haruhiko didn't want to kill the culprit, and the culprit didn't want to kill him, and so they argued with each other in vain for a while. Haruhiko, who felt there would be no end after going at it like this, was determined to make a fair suggestion for both sides, and asked to shoot each other at the same time, like a game or a Western movie. In the worst-case scenario, both would have been shot and died by each other's hand. It wouldn't have violated the two's goal of saving the others, so the culprit agreed with this proposal and began preparing. The culprit and Haruhiko were choosing guns for each other, and we heard that Haruhiko was in the corner of the room for some time. This was probably to manipulate the magazine with bullets at this phase. We all know the consequences of this. In Dead, Haruhiko did the same thing Teruya had just hours earlier. It was to load it with non-standard bullets. How Haruhiko managed to think of the same thing as Teruya, well, it's not exactly sure whether it was coincidence or not. Maybe it was because Haruhiko, who had interest in firearms from the beginning, accidentally came up with the same method by pure chance? Either way, there was only one reason Haruhiko did this. He didn't want to shoot the culprit. The two of them, ready to go, stood a few paces away and pointed their guns at each other after turning around. Even though the culprit sincerely tried to shoot Haruhiko, he was going to lose to them from the very beginning. And so, as Haruhiko intended, his hand was destroyed as he shot at the culprit as they shot him. The culprit, who couldn't understand the situation, ran to his side. Then Haruhiko told them the truth. It wasn't that Haruhiko really wanted to save us. It was the culprit. Although Haruhiko was dying, he was hoping the culprit would survive. He said he would do the rest to save them, since he still was breathing to do one last act. The culprit was unconvinced, but soon they had to leave Haruhiko's last request. Or they decided to accept Haruhiko's last request. They left Haruhiko to do the job and fled the arsenal. Of course, all of this was seen by Kurokawa. After confirming the culprit was safely gone, Haruhiko began the final cleanup while keeping tabs on his short life as much as he could. First, he picked up flash and smoke grenades in the arsenal. And likewise, put a wooden plank inside the arsenal door between the handles, then put the flash and smoke grenades on top of it. This could only have been done by a person inside. Thanks to that, there was a lot of difficulty when we tried to reason out this case. The plank served to make the door have to be forced open by being crushed, causing the grenades on top to naturally fall onto the floor and activate. Yeah, totally. Subsequently, Haruhiko started messing around in the arsenal to make it look like the culprit had done something, although it didn't really connect to anything. As a result of this series of processes, Haruhiko's bloodstains ended up all over the place, inside the arsenal, creating an unnatural bloodstain, almost like a path of blood. Haru, who had finished everything just before his life ended, reached a feeling of satisfaction. He was able to save someone he cherished. In the end, in the trial, the culprit confessed by their own will. However, we weren't able to know it was Haruhiko who'd planned all of this. And all of this happened at dawn. Late in the morning, Teruya and I broke into the arsenal and Haruhiko's body was found. In fact, In this case, the person who'd be called the culprit was close to Haruhiko, and the culprit who just lost his life was actually the victim, who'd finished all the tricks. In the end, Haruhiko wanted to save the culprit, even at the cost of his own life. The culprit of this incident, the identity of the killer who Haruhiko cherished and wanted to save so much. I thought she was giving a thumbs up. Okay.
Satsuki Uranami, it was you.
I told you. I really tried. Perfect! Indeed, Yuki has good reasoning. Maybe I have a talent for organizing things?
I'm not happy about this.
Satsuki Uranami. Satsuki? Why is the mood so sad? I didn't go out to see you all like this.
Satsuki, you've always been like that, huh? You're a strong person. Stronger than me.
Is that a compliment? I don't know if it's strength or not, but even at times like this, it's my goal to be happy, even in this atmosphere. Mama. Well then, Yuki's reasoning is over now. We should get to voting time.
Satsuki, can we really do this? Can you really just die and not be scared?
I don't want to die. Of course I'm scared, but it's already gone. What can I do but accept it? At least not all of you would die. You can all live... Oh, because you can all live only by sacrificing one person, I'm satisfied. Well, there we go. Bum bum.
'94 Metal Get. Oh yeah!
Hey, Missy Renami, why do you keep trying to go ahead of the trial? You know I'm the host. Oh well, doesn't matter. Seems like you guys reached a conclusion. And that's all. Now, you all, vote with the switch in front of you. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Blah 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 blah, blah blah blah. Got him. Got him. I need a drink. Oh. This is gonna be a long episode. Clown moment. Oh god. Stop with the flashing lights. The voting ended unanimously. The culprit of this case and the blackened is... The identity of the blackened who killed Kabashikawa is Miss Satsuki Uranami. You guys were right. Congrats. Actually, with this case, a murder case that isn't truly a murder. I knew it would be like this. If I knew it would have been like this, I would have made the rules more thoroughly. Hey, isn't it already too late? Everyone? You guys are doing it again. As the person in charge of this party, can't you be a little brighter? There's no way I can be happy. You're going to die.
It's painful. Satsuki worked so hard for us, even throwing away her own life. We couldn't do anything, even after reaching this point.
You're wrong. It's not that you can't do anything.
Satsuki?
Yoki, didn't I tell you before? Hope is not found, but created. You know I decided to save you all by sacrificing myself. Because that was my own way of creating hope.
What do you mean?
If I survived by myself, it would have been meaningless to live in this world. There would be no fun and no kobazing. And more than anything, my power to defeat that guy is not enough. Oh? I'm smiling right now, but I'm more angry than anything. I hate this mastermind, don't you guys? We're being treated like this because of that big dummy. If it wasn't for him, Kobashikawa wouldn't have died. Maki died, Higa died, Tomori died, Ayame died. Kakeru wouldn't have died. Kanata wouldn't have died. Kinji wouldn't have died either.
We know that, but even if we don't say it...
If it wasn't for Monokuma's influence, we all would have just entered Hope's Peak and had a pleasant school life.
That's right. Although more than half of our friends are already gone, I want to defeat Monokuma no matter what happens. I want to punish him, smash him up.
Hey, why are you saying all that stuff in front of my face?
So, I bet my own hope on all of you.
On us?
I never wanted much. I'll be leaving this world soon. Just one more thing. No, wait. Please promise me 2 more things. 1. Be sure to survive for Kobazing and me. 2. That Monokuma guy. Please give it a good beating to that mastermind. Full paid revenge.
Satsuki! This is bad. Really bad. You dare agitate the students right in front of me? The headmaster of the school, even insulting me in my presence. Annoying! Anyways, Miss Iranami was chosen as the Blackened, and she's to be punished in the end. So, you won't make fun of me anymore. In that regard, I prepared a very special punishment for the ultimate clown. Satsuki Iranami, for your crimes.
Come and give it your best shot. I'm not afraid of anything. My friends will definitely kick your sorry little butt.
Wait, Satsuki, you don't need to be executed. I'd rather die. It's my fault. I'm a sinner too. It was me who tried to commit a murder. I'm supposed to die. Monokuma, take me. Satsuki did nothing wrong.
Now then, let's go. A very heart-pounding punish.
Monokuma, hold on a minute.
What? Jeez,
You're tipsy? What? Wait to ruin... not doing Satsuki's voice.
Way to ruin the mood.
Let me say to my friends one more last words. Teruya, didn't someone tell you? No one is bad. Monokuma is the bad thing here. Everything is because of him. If Teruya keeps feeling guilty, then try harder to catch the mastermind. You don't need to be sorry. If you die and make atonement, that's the end.
Satsuki.
And for you, Akane, you're so strong. You have a very strong heart. You overcame Akiyama's death. Please keep supporting everyone like always.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Satsuki. Thank you.
Next is Rei. And the very first time I've seen you act so surprised. I don't know what makes you so surprised, but... as long as Tsurugi's in that shape, everyone needs a genius like you, so... I know it's kind of an unreasonable request, but please try to cooperate with everyone. Find the mastermind who brought this terrible misfortune to all of us victims. And Mikako.
Stop! Shut up! Who said I was waiting for your long-ass speech? Don't say anything disgusting with the smell of hope. Punishment time begins now!
Too much. When the villains found out you're supposed to wait for them.
Let's go hard. Punishment time!
Mikako and Mira, I didn't get to say anything to you guys, but I'll leave the rest to you. Oh, and one more thing I almost forgot. Kobazing, I love you! Nice. Whoa, what? Huh? That was kind of weird. I don't think it's ever looked like that before. They really like this horn sound effect, huh? So many curtains. I don't know why that image is so funny. Okay. Is it a barrel of monkeys? Yeah. Ow. Satsuki Crisis, okay. Where'd her head go? Huh? How'd that happen? Did it, like, not play properly? Oh, it literally was Barrel of Monkeys. Like, when you get all the things in and then they pop out. But, like, why was she stuck up? I don't know. Whatever. Sad.
Ended up like that, trying to play such a hopeless game. Adios, funny red-nosed lady.
Satsuki, no.
Damn it! Damn it!
What do you think? Sad, right? Desperate, perhaps? What a lame hope. You guys won't be able to do a thing before you punish me.
No.
Huh?
Who says I'm desperate? I'm not like that at all, right everyone?
Yuki?
Of course. I'm also sad Satsuki died. But if we inherit her will, you won't stop us anymore. After I came to Hope's Peak Academy, I'm more full of fighting spirit than ever. Monokuma.
Did you suddenly take your medicine? There's nothing scary about burning raw spirit alone.
He's not alone.
Ray?
From this moment on, I retract my previous actions. I'll cooperate to put Monokuma into the trash.
Oh my god, Ray, what kind of change is this? Sudden character development.
Don't be mistaken, I'm not trying to play friendly with you. But I owe a debt, and because of that, I'll pay it off.
Why is Miss Ray suddenly doing this again? She needs to do as well as before. Poking around and having fun. Why should you care about Miss Satsuki?
Shut the hell up. Satsuki, Iranami Satsuki is a human being that deserves respect. I've seen this for the first time. Ever since I was born, to be able to give up one's life purely for others, it's something I would call true hope. It was a life that guy tried to save anyways. I'm fed up with your murder games. They're not very fun. Murder games that are getting boring. Doesn't it seem like a perfect time to beat you down, Monokuma? No, rather, the mastermind controlling you from the shadows.
Huh? No matter what you try, you can't do anything. It's already beyond your grasp.
No, it was you who kept us in the ballroom, who changed our minds right before they died. You'll run out of ideas. We already know a lot more about you than you can ever imagine. It's you who's cornered.
I don't know what's going on, but everyone's working hard, so I will too. I'll do my own share for Haruhiko's sake.
Not Satsuki? Okay.
Me too. We'll get you, Monokuma. I'll avenge my friends who've died so far. What's with these guys? Rather than Dispari, they're burning with fight. You guys are bluffing. You can't do a thing anyways. You'll find out soon enough. You'll only be left with despair.
Okay, well.
And so the 4th class trial ended. We lost 2 of our friends, Haruhiko and Satsuki, who we wouldn't exchange for anything. The will that those 2 gave us was engraved in our very souls. We're not afraid. Step by step, from now on, we'll take a big leap towards hope.
Can that just be the end of the track, please? Do like a fighting game combo on Tsurugi's door.
Tsurugi! Tsurugi! Can you hear me? Answer me if you're awake.
Immediately after leaving the courtroom, Ray, who finally offered to cooperate with us, disappeared before we could talk to her. Everyone except her went to check on Tsurugi's condition. However, he was silent. We had no choice but to go back to each of our rooms with a little cluttered feeling. Somebody's here. Who could it be?
What? Who is it? Is it morning?
Okay, can I save, please?
It's not even 7 a.m. Hey!
Hey, come on out already, Yuki.
I mean, it's gotta be right?
What? Wait a minute.
Oh god, please, I just want to stop. Oh, it's Ray. Come out right now. Why did you take so long to answer? Was it because you had to feed information to the mastermind?
Ray?
What? What's with that expression?
No, it's just, why are you coming to my room? Is the sky about to divide in 2?
It can't be helped. Like I mentioned yesterday, I decided to cooperate with you all, in order to defeat the mastermind.
I know, but why did you suddenly change your mind?
I told you, I'm going to follow Satsuki's idea. Hayame was a great person, but Satsuki is more than just that. She's a human who could... As if! Don't make me say such useless things! You're... What? You're so engrossed in my every story, aren't you?
Sorry. Also, you're calling me by my name now.
So? Are you dissatisfied? Do you want me to call you incompetent for the rest of your life?
No, of course not. I'd rather you call me by my name, for sure. It's just a bit embarrassing to be nicknamed incompetent, you know? Though, maybe it was accurate.
I haven't admitted it yet. I didn't want to be friends, but I want to at least have the courtesy as long as I've decided to cooperate with you.
Ray's kind of weird. Usually she looks down on us and ignores us, but she doesn't do it recklessly. She admits something that can be admitted whenever necessary.
Stop talking nonsense. Come to my room right now.
What? To your room? What are we doing? Suddenly asking.
I don't care if you've got feelings for me. Shut up and follow. I'm getting tired of you already. I want to save. Please let me save. Oh, everybody's here.
Oh, Ray, you finally brought him.
Akane, Tree, and Mikako too.
Oh, don't... What? Oh, stop with the theatrics. How many times must I repeat you're not my friends?
Everyone, what's happening?
Oh, he's got the goggles. There they are.
Looks like Ray came out of her room at dawn and called us all one by one.
Teruya, those goggles.
Oh, it was Haruhiko's. It was left in the dressing room, so I brought it along. It's atonement for myself, and also my own commitment to continue his will. We need to move forward.
That's right. The efforts of Haruhiko and Satsuki. We should never forget. All of our friends who've died so far. We can't just be sad for them anymore. Now's the time for us to fight back for their sake.
Bit by bit, very little, something is starting to change, starting to move. Our hope isn't... We didn't find hope, but we're creating it. Those words are stuck in my mind.
So, why did you call us?
It's an operational meeting. As long as I've decided to cooperate, everyone here will beat up Monokuma together, and then we'll escape.
Ray, being an ally, it makes you feel so reliable.
Everyone here. What do we do about Tsurugi then?
When I look at him, he's like a statue. He doesn't respond to anything, and more so, I don't know if he'll ever wake up from this. If he does, I'm not certain he'll ever recover fully.
Then...
Of course, if we have him, you should be comfortable. Throw away your lingering regrets. We have no choice but to strike out. I felt fighting spirit from you before, so I chose to cooperate.
Ray, staying away from us till now, have you found something?
A lot, more like a pile of things. Those of you who haven't found anything yet should be more curious. First off...
Wait a minute. There could be a surveillance camera in here too. Are you okay with that?
Are you an idiot? Of course I know. It's literally above my head. That's why I called you into my own room. This room is the only one I can jam with the surveillance camera in. To put it bluntly, it's instant jamming.
Instant jamming? Tria, do you get what she's saying?
Not at all.
Oh, in short, my room is safe. The words here won't be leaked to the mastermind, and we won't be seen.
Really? That's amazing.
How did you do it? Power room, audio-visual room. I assembled useful parts from the warehouse. That's how I made it. It's only temporary, and it's not perfect. It'll be safe for now.
Ray, so you didn't just spend your time alone doing nothing?
Of course not. So you better thank me for inviting you.
So, the first goal is to find out the identity of the mastermind.
Of course. That's the most important thing. Before that, let's look at the preconditions.
Preconditions?
Why did we get involved in this division in the first place?
I mean, that's the biggest mystery, right? Why did Hope's Peak Academy get like this? Why didn't anyone come to save us?
But that's the first thing we said all together, right? At that time, both Tsurugi and Ray were there, but we didn't make any conclusions.
No, unlike then, I know one more thing than I did. At first, it was only a hypothesis, because it seemed like nonsense, but I was convinced after yesterday.
You don't mean...
Yes. It's a fact. A considerable amount of time has already passed since we entered this school. The truth is, we just don't remember it.
Mikako?
Also, I knew you would react when we talked about this, Mikako Kurikawa.
What? What's going on all of a sudden?
It's obvious I'm obviously deeply grateful to Satsuki, and thanks to her, I was told to cooperate in order to punish the mastermind. But before that, we have to catch this traitor. Mikako Kurikawa, you know something. Honestly, I'm dubious about your true nature. Tell me everything you know. If you can't, I'll consider you the mastermind's aide.
No way, that's not true.
That's nonsense, right?
Everybody jumps away from her.
No, trust me,
If you're innocent, then tell me what you know. You do know that there's not only one or two suspicious actions you've made so far, right? Why did you shut your mouth? Are there any circumstances you simply can't tell us?
Ray, don't too much. Mikako has to calm down before...
You guys stop chilling out.
Okay.
Morning announcement. It's already 7 a.m.
That's not the problem. Alright, almost forgot. I don't know if everyone had a good night, but I want everyone to go to the gym. I've got some great news to inform you. See you soon.
What?
I'll leave the story for later. But just so you know, I'm not going to move on this point. Mikako Kurikawa.
What's the news? It's only been a day since the trial was over. Suddenly...
Well, we just gotta go. We got no choice.
What happens if Tsurugi doesn't go? Doesn't he get punished?
Ray and Mikako. The air that seemed to flow smoothly around us got tense in an instant. This tense mood, Monokuma suddenly showed up to add even more anxiety. We'll all go to the gym like Monokuma said, without concealing the unpleasantness. There was a reality waiting for us we couldn't imagine.
Please let me save. No, come on! This chapter is so long.
The first thing we knew as soon as we entered the gym was that Tsurugi wasn't there. If Monokuma didn't say anything, it would mean he was still unconscious. The fact that was so casually forgotten was because an even more shocking scene had unfolded in the gym.
Huh?
Who is that guy?
I have no idea what I'm going to do for his voice. I have no idea.
Everyone is here. The class trial ended yesterday. I'm sorry for calling you again so soon, but no matter what, there were things I simply had to tell you. It's a bit early, but it's time to announce the motive. A surprise motive event introducing a transfer student. This time, transferred to Hope Speak Academy, the ultimate inventor, Yamato Kisaragi. Please greet him with applause.
Hey, it's me. My name is Yamato Kisaragi. Maybe something like that. I don't know. Like a little bit of a chiller Haruhiko, you know?
Kisaragi?
Nonsense. Yamato?
That's where it ends? Okay. Well, I guess I've got time to figure out what voice I want to do for him.
A suspicious figure who suddenly appeared as the transfer student. With his appearance, the situation began to unfold like a roller coaster.
But we're going to figure that out next time, right? Okay, thank God. Oh, my dear gracious. This is almost 2 hours long. Oh, there we go. Huh? Oh, that question mark didn't quite load in properly. Yes, please let me save. Why did I not have one in 9? Did that get like corrupted or something? Oh, it went to the title screen. I I'm just going to close the game so that I can just talk. Whoa! I didn't know I had a display capture on. Where is it? There it is. Oh, that's really not that good either, huh? Well, whatever. We're going to deal with it. Now you know what it looks like behind there. I don't want to talk too long because it's already been incredibly long. This chapter was pretty solid. I'm not a big fan of the motive being something that people have no input on, like, you know, starving to death. It didn't really work in Danganronpa 2 very well, and it worked better here, I'd say. Just because, you know, there wasn't so much... How to say this? It didn't feel quite as forced. It still felt like Haruhiko and Satsuki were making a decision, whereas in Danganronpa 2, it really felt like literally everyone was going to drop dead in a second. But I guess the difference is like we don't move in a 3D space, so we don't see as much of it, you know? Either way, it's not my favorite idea for a motive, just because it feels like the students don't have a choice, you know? Which kind of ruins the whole point of the killing game. But I do like Haruhiko and Satsuki's final little moment there. It's pretty nice. I just wish, you know, they got to do more before that. It would be nice if, you know, they didn't just be two joke characters until, like, the last second. Because I honestly really like the trope of the jokey character who's got, like, a really big heart, you know? Like Satsuki and Haruhiko. It's just a shame they didn't really get to do much. Haruhiko more so got to do more, I should say. I mean, Satsuki more so in the fact that, you know, she didn't get to do very much at all. At least Haruhiko, like, took some initiative and tried to be, like, almost the group leader during Chapter 4, even though he sucked at it and people never listened to him. But Satsuki didn't really get to do much, so I guess that's why she was the killer, to give us a little more time with her, but even still, I don't know. Honestly, as much as I love Teruya is my favorite character just for being such a meme. It feels like he probably should have gone out here with Haruhiko, you know? I think the problem is that would unbalance the survivors, right? Between girls and guys. That's the reason why we needed a girl to go out here. Regardless, it's kind of a silly reason, but it is something you kind of have to think about when you're planning this stuff out. Trust me, I know now. I've ran into that issue a couple times, but whatever. It was fine. The next one I'm very mixed on because it's going to be very important. So if it's not super well done, it could be kind of a rough one. So yeah, Chapter 5. Next time I put up an episode. Get hyped. Oh, comment of the day. Comment your... what you think Kisaragi should sound like. You could even... They're going to get blocked, but I will go and check. You might have to remind me. Like, somebody don't send a link, but remind me to check and approve all the links. But send a link to a voice you think sounds like him, and I'll pick out one that sounds right. Because his design is so, like, over the top, yet at the same time so bland. I just don't know what to do with him, you know? Like,
Yuki's very bland, so he just gets sort of the regular protagonist-y voice.
And, like, you know, Haruhiko looked a little bit whiny. Teruya's got the Kel archetype voice, you know, of like the small person who is a lot of energy.
And I don't know why I give him this voice, but it's just what happens.
But yeah, I will see you guys next time. I already talked for like 3 minutes straight. So like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Send me links. I will try to remember to approve them. I winked, but you couldn't see it. Okay, bye!